Hey, Lego Master fans, it's your boy Iceberg Bricks, and it's my ace, number one dude, BX Bricks or Jermaine on that Lego Master show. What's good with you, man?
What's up, man?
All right, all right. How's life treating you as a Lego Master, man?
Oh, it's pretty good, man. I mean, it's definitely running me ragged, but every minute is worth it, bro. Every
Indeed,
minute.
indeed. Man, so I'm fresh coming from Bricks Cascade, man. That joint, I wish you could have made that joint, man. That joint was fire, bro. That thing, man. Folks was up it, man. Folks were waiting in line an hour and a half just for a
An hour and a
signature.
half?
An hour and a half, cousin.
Insane. Yo, I wanted to be out there so bad, bro. Like so bad. It was killing me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy that you were out there representing, man. You know.
Right. Yeah, man. It was much love. It was fun, catching up with those dudes and the dudettes from the crew, man. And it was awesome, man. It was awesome. Phil, Portland definitely showed out, man. They showed up and showed love, man. So much kudos to Portland, man.
Nice.
All right, so in this episode, we're talking about Lego Masters episode 4, the movie mashup. Right, we go to the movies. Right, we go into the movies, and your boy Will Arnett rolls out on the on the cart with the bullhorn. Right.
Dude, it's too much, man.
Oh man, dude's over the top. So we're standing in line, and we end up pulling out, what was it? We stand in line. We end up pulling the popcorn that says fantasy, right?
Right.
So when we get that, man, what are you thinking?
I mean, that's right up our alley. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do the Transformers. We both do Marvel.
Right.
Like, there couldn't have been a better genre to pull.
Right. I think this was going to be our breakout. I think going into it, I'm like, yeah, we're really gonna punch somebody in the mouth on this one. And so we dive into it, man. We building our city and everything, man. Tell us a little bit about our city that we were building.
All right, so we have. I mean, how many base plates was it? Like a 3x3 base plate, maybe area, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
But we have this city, huge, dope building. Courtesy of Iceberg Bricks right here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And then, you have this idea that you want to do this Fifth Element kind of car chase going around the city.
Right.
We have the buildings outlining the whole thing.
Right.
And we have these pterodactyl creatures stealing the power from the city.
Right. So totally fantasy, totally fantasy, and I think the plan was sketched out well, and we were able to execute well in that first 8 hours, because they gave us 8 hours to build this thing.
I thought it was 9.
It was 8.
It was 8.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
it was 8, and the second half was 5.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
first, we didn't start with the pterodactyls. We started actually with dragons first.
Yeah, man. Oh man, let's back up for a second. Yeah, we started with the dragons, man. We were gonna do the dragons, because the dragon was supposed to be the bad guy. And the first thing that these cats do is line us up again with Aaron and Christian, because Aaron decided to go rogue and make a dragon that ain't got nothing to do with a romance. Nothing to do with a romance. Oh, did you see Aaron's dragon? You see Aaron's dragon? Nah, I'm over here trying to fix my dragon.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm over here doing my thing, man. Nah, I'm not over there. Well, and so it was crazy, bro, because while you was at the brick pit, my man with the camera was like all on top of that dragon, man. And so when you came back, I said, dude, get rid of that dragon, man. I said, get rid of that dragon. And he said, why? I said, I'm just telling you, just get rid of the dragon. I said, because this ain't going to end well. I said, because they didn't care about, I'm telling you, dude, they didn't care about anything else about that city. They was just concerned about that dragon. So we swiped the dragon, and the first thing the dude do with the camera when he comes back is, hey, where's the dragon?
Mm-hmm.
I said, what dragon?
Exactly. Now, what I want to know is, are they over at anybody else's table saying, hey, these guys got that? What are you going to do about this? Like,
right.
What if we had our dragon first? Did anybody care to ask about that? No.
And we're gonna talk about that because you know the way they flipped it on us, man. They flipped the script on us when we thought we were flipping it on them. They flipped it back on us, dude.
Yo,
So
I'm tight, bro. I
yeah,
am
man.
tight.
I'm tight too, man. Because you know one thing about me is that I joke a lot, dude. But you know, I'm a cop, and you know, you mess with my integrity when you're saying I'm copy off of somebody. You know, you're
That's a
saying I'm not
fact.
being original. You know, I take personal offense to that. You know, and I get it. It's a TV show. Reality TV isn't real, folks. But still, you know, the average person who's sitting at home watching that, they don't know no better.
Now
You
let me
know.
ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
This thing airs last Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
How many people contacted you? Like went out of their way to contact you to ask you, did you really copy them?
Oh man, it was a lot, man. I would say about almost 50 people asked me, dude. Like 50 plus people been asking me, like, yo, did you? Even my own folks, like, yo, did you copy? And then some of the people were like, yo, we know you didn't copy. We know you didn't
Right,
copy,
right.
but I didn't like the way that they portrayed you in this episode, like y'all were copying when you clearly wasn't. You
Fact.
know, but you know, my thing is this: it's like, you know, I'm sure there's, you know, it's all set different angles that you can take to tell a story, and everybody's there to tell a story, but tell the right story, man. Don't smear nobody's image, you know. And I never been one for that, you know, unless you actually deserved it. You know, if you
Right.
did something, then you get put on a free zone. So,
Right. That's a fact.
so, um, yeah, man, but it was like 50 plus people, man. Did you really copy how, you know? And I mean, they were
Yeah.
going. I'm like, dude, like, you know, if you only knew what exactly happened, you would know that, you know, it didn't go down that way. So
Exactly.
we scrapped the dragon, and we decide to go with something else because at this point, you know, the stories change, right? So we have fantasy, you know, the guys from the Lego movie come out, and
Hmm.
they give us somebody else's genre, right? So they're swapping the genres around, right? So now we got fantasy. The second one, we got to mash it up with kids. Now, when you say kids movie, what's the first thing you think about?
Giraffes.
Maybe we should have did a giraffe, dude.
Well, we would have found somebody somewhere with a giraffe. Hey, did you know they had a poster of a giraffe in their saloon or something? Like, come on, bro.
But you know what and I'm gonna get to it here in a minute. You know, we had a hidden egg in there too, man. We had a hidden egg in there,
Nobody shows that.
and
You
nobody
know, like,
showed that, bro. And you know, so it was real disturbing. It was real deflating, I wouldn't say. Um,
yeah.
but you know, so we decide at this point we go back to the drawing board. What can we incorporate in our futuristic city to now? This is fantasy. Now we got kids. How can we make this a good story?
Right.
What were you thinking?
Well, what I'm thinking is that we go back to our planning, our brainstorming that we did prior to getting out to the show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we studied Australia and said, hey, what are we going to do if they come out with this challenge?
Mm-hmm.
Plan A, B, and C for that. This challenge, A, B, and C for that.
Mm-hmm.
So for their evil layer challenge, we decided to come up with a whole evil baby layer. We have the giant baby, the
Mm-hmm.
bottles that shoot the lasers. So I'm like, bro, this is the perfect time to whip out that big baby.
Right, right, absolutely. So, you know, what we did was me and Jay, what we did was we went ahead and we split the task. My man created the big crybaby, and we went into doing the radioactive milk that was splashed all through the city. So we were telling the story how the baby got a hold of one of the contaminated bottles and started making mayhem through the city. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, so I dressed the city up a little bit while my man was crafting the big baby, and man, tell us how you broke that big baby down.
Well, I mean, you know, I build robots all the time, so I had to really think about how am I going to pose this baby to look menacing but playful at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I knocked out the legs, made the baby nice and fat, and then here comes Amy behind us, you know, mumbling something. We're like, wait, what's going on over here? And then what do we see over there at Tyler and Amy's table?
Yep, a baby.
Baby.
A baby. I said, and I looked at Jay. I said, dude, this is not gonna go well because now we're already committed to this story.
Yeah, we're at
So
least 2 hours into the twist now.
right, and there's no going
And
back. There's no going
no,
back. And
no.
so they got us where they want us because they were trying to pair us up with Aaron and Christian with the dragon stuff and the dragon fiasco, and then the dragon fiasco turned into Babygate.
Babygate.
But here's where I don't understand is that how you copy. I can see if our baby was the hero and we put a little cute mask on and a cape and everything like that. Okay, now you got me.
Right,
Now
because
you
there's
got
no
me.
denying that.
Right. But our baby was the villain. Our baby didn't have a mask. Our baby had light up eyes with a pacifier.
Plug and play feature.
Right.
You know, like who else did a plug and play feature in the whole thing? Nobody.
Bro, I want to tell you that all our builds up to this point had lights in them.
We are the light kings when it comes to this whole series, bro. Out the gate.
Yo,
boom,
even LEGOR had a light. LEGOR had a light. Remember, it was in the eye.
Had a light. And the only reason that people didn't get to see it is because it was tucked in behind his eye, and it completely died by the time they did our beauty shots.
Right.
It just looked like a dead eye. But you know, we have to go explain this to people now. Like, hey, there's a light behind there, but you just can't see it. So.
Right. Yeah, our baby had lights. It had a plug and play feature in there, man.
Or then the pacifier, eyes glow red. It looked insane.
Right.
Everybody loved that. But they didn't show that in the episode. They showed the eyes red. They don't know that you take the pacifier out, the eyes go back to, being dim. Like
Right. And so it's menacing because then you also incorporated another feature, a power function feature. Tell us about that power function feature.
Right. So you originally had the idea to come up with this car chase to go around the whole city block and everything, and eventually get to the twist to where now we have this team of super nannies chasing down a rocket-powered radioactive bottle around the city. And it was so dope. I had the treads in this embedded in the street, going around, making sure it ran perfectly for the cameras. The cameras didn't care. It didn't show anything about that.
No. I hate being painted in a bad light, man. I really do. I really do being painted in a bad light because I'm not that type of person. Yeah, man. So we finished the twist. So we got the baby, and the baby's tearing up the city because of the radioactive milk or formula. You got the nannies who are superheroes, and they're trying to calm the baby down. And so at this point, we have a oversized rattle that's rocking this monument building that sits in the center of our city, and the baby's trying to reach up to get the rattle and get the pacifier from off of the top of the roof of the main building. So we were able to create a lot of mayhem. We were able to complete our story, and so now it's judging time, man. Amy and Jamie, come over. Take one. Let's talk about take one. Take one of the and this is why I'm doing this, because they don't show that on TV, and they're not, because it belongs to them, and so they it's their story, and that's fine. But this is the real story. So Amy and Jamie come over, and they're ecstatic about this build because they're saying that the design, the design of the build is clean. They were saying that everything is complete. They were saying that this was probably the most cleanest project that we turned in as a unit. We had the little designs around the city right there, the city wall right there that Jamie just loved. He loved those little tiny things like that. Amy loved that you had the babysitter chasing the milk bottle around the city, man. Right? It was a power function, right?
That's right.
Right. They gave us all these kudos, man. All these points that we hit. We were able to explain the story, and then we were told that, hey, look, this is top 2 material.
Yeah. Now keep in mind, challenge after challenge, we've been listening to the Breakmasters as they say, all right, you did great with this. Let me see a little bit more of that. Next challenge, we deliver just that.
Right.
They wanted big scale, we gave that to them. They wanted more organic shapes, we gave that to them.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to see detail, we gave that to them.
Yep.
What more could they want?
Right. I don't know what else. So, you know, they tell us it's top 2 material, right? And they very impressed, very impressed. They go walk off, and the camera crew goes over in the corner to them because Tyler and Amy is next. And they stop for a second, and you see Amy about to get beamed up, sitting here listening to her ear. 15 seconds go by, and they come back to our table. Take 2. All right, you know, and then she says, hey, you know, one thing that we like here is originality and you know, us copying the baby, all this and that. That, you know, Amy and Tyler had a baby first, and we copied the baby and all this and that, you know, that could really hurt us. And, you know, next time we need to look around and see what everybody else is doing.
Really?
So at this point, I'm furious. I don't say nothing to Jay because I don't want him to feel my negative energy. But at this point, I am fuming. And it wasn't until like after the show I told him, I said, dude, it no matter what we do, I don't think it's in the cards for us or this team to win. You know, I don't think they see us up at the top because I said at this point, you know, we're both putting all in, and like you said, we're doing everything, we listen to everything, we don't disregard any of it. And for it to come back around and saying that we're copying off of somebody, is that the best you could do?
Right. Like, we've been delivering top 2 material for the entire series. And keep in mind, this is the episode that they didn't show it.
Yeah.
But the Brickmasters were going in on everybody.
Yeah, they were ripping everybody, man.
Like, I don't know what side of the bed they woke on. I love them to death.
Right.
But they were brutal, that episode. But they didn't show how bad it really got. It got to the point where you were about to walk off the set.
Yeah, I was done. I told you. When I told you, I said it ain't in the cards. It ain't in the recipe. It ain't in the recipe. It's time to go home. Because I was done. I was done with the nonsense, man. Like, dude, don't, you know, and I'm looking at you. And here's my thing: is that I'm a good poker player. I can see your smile on your face. You know, when your eyebrows raise up, and I can see a face that's impressed. But then when you come out your mouth and saying, you know, the opposite, I'm like, come on, man.
Exactly. It made us really wonder, like, all right, well, who's really pulling the strings at this point? Like, we know the Brickmasters love what we're doing, but there's another agenda in play, and it really showed on this episode because they made it look like as if the whole first part of the challenge, they were focused on Tyler's baby.
Right.
Which Tyler admittingly told us he hid that baby all the way to the end of the challenge.
Right.
All of a sudden in the episode, it's all over the place. America knows about the baby now.
Right.
And then they go and judge them first before going to our table to make the continuity make sense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But even so, that they really had bad editing because you hear Amy's, you know, take 1 first, and they slice that and they do take 2, right? When they do take 2, they're not looking at her, they're looking at Tyler and Amy at this point, so it don't look like it's been chopped up. So that's an old editing, you know, technique there. But my thing is this: it's crazy because you know, don't cheat me out of that because you're trying to keep to your story, dude. Don't do that, you know, and don't try to blemish my character, dude. Like, don't blemish, you know. And my thing is this, like, I think, and I got to be honest with you, I think at this point I already had in my mind that I'm not going to talk to another producer. I'm not going to go and create what they want me to create. I'm not going to mix it up with Aaron and Christian like they want me to. I'm not going to do any of that because you just gypped me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm straight from Jersey at this point. It's like, look, I'm you know, there's no dice. I'm not playing this game. There's no dice.
That's a fact, bro.
You know, every time they were calling me to create something, I was on it. All right, I'll be back. But you know, at this point, I think it was already in my mind. I'm not playing this game with y'all no more. I'm getting off. You know.
Yeah. And it's like we know what we're there for. We know it's entertainment and stuff, but I mean, I just don't like. It's one thing to say we lost. You know, like we didn't hit top 2 because of our own merit. Like we did something bad, or we lacked this, or we didn't listen to the Brickmasters. But for us to deliver top to material,
Right.
and then the main thing that you focus on, oh, this is great, but you guys need to be more original.
Like we got kids. We had kids, and what was Tyler and Amy's? What's the name? They had
They started with comedy.
Comedy. Okay.
And it looked like a kids movie,
Right.
but that's fine.
Right.
And then they got it mashed up with Monster.
Okay. Okay.
Which, I mean, it still looked like a kid's
movie. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, fantastic build.
Yeah, man.
Hands down.
Yeah,
I put my hat off to them
right.
all day. They're great builders.
Right.
But, I mean, I just feel like the way that they painted it.
Yeah, it wasn't good, and they knew we weren't copy off of them, and that's why I had to chew up. I said, dude, did you see a baby over there? I'm like, dude, I saw the refrigerator. That's all I saw. I didn't see. I'm like, it's like, come on, man. Like, you get, they trying to get us in a trick bag, man, and you got to do better than that.
Yeah, what I want America to know is that when you're in the midst of building these challenges and, the things that you see us build, it's really hard to pay attention to what every other team is building.
Right.
There's a lot of noise going on. We're trying to make sure that our stuff is on point. We're listening to the Brick Masters. We got to, hang out with Will and, stroke his ego.
Right.
But we can't look at every single detail.
Right.
So, I mean... Yeah, that was a crazy episode, bro. That like kind of shook us up a little bit.
Yeah, man, I was real tight faced. I was really mad. I ain't gonna lie. I was really mad after that episode because I knew how it was gonna fold out, and then of course when they aired it, they told the story they wanted to tell. And so, it just really, like, to me, it's like, look, honor your contract, man. Like, if I'm giving you good content, don't make, you want me to be the bad guy, okay, we'll do stuff to be the bad guy, but don't say that I done copy or I'm not a good builder because I need to copy off of somebody. I don't need to copy off nobody.
Right. I mean, it's one thing if you're going to, like, catch people getting emotional or crying because that's raw emotion and that makes sense. But for us to plagiarize another builder when we're doing this off the top, like that's a little defaming a little bit. So
yeah. Oh yeah. And then on top of that, we stick to the builds. We don't do something rogue like build a castle and a dragon and call it romance and still be in the game. You know what I mean? Like. But my thing is, my gripe is that, don't get me wrong, Aaron and Christian are phenomenal builders. They're great guys. But, in a competition, they have rules and you have to listen to some rules and stuff like that. Or, if a judge like you say, if a judge is telling you something, you want to listen to it and adhere to it and keep moving. If they're saying, hey, look, we just can't see it, you need to change what you're doing. And that was like the third time with that team that they just went their own direction and they survived, dude. I'm flabbergasted. I'm like I'm just I'm beside myself,
the thing that I've been appreciating this whole time throughout all the episodes is that regardless of what the producers have been showing, America has been seeing through that.
Right.
To this episode.
Yeah, I would say that.
They see the same things that we see, talk about the same things that we talk about behind the scenes. And I'm like, all right, well, I could appreciate that.
Right.
But this particular episode is the first time that I felt like America's looking at us kind of funny, like, bro, I'm rooting for y'all and y'all are copying off of somebody. Like, that's what kind of hurt me a little bit.
Yeah, that's what hurt me too. Because like I said, I got kids that follow me. I got people that I know in my community that follow me. Like I got a whole elementary, that follow me, and to try to tarnish my image just because you're trying to make a drama show, that's not cool, man. That's not cool. I can't get down with that. Because when I sign up as an honest person.
Yeah, and I want you guys to know we're not on here crying about what happened, but we just want you guys to know the truth of what they didn't show.
Right. Because
that's what we went on there for. We went on there to tell our story and to let y'all know what the real is. That's all.
Yep, that's it. Like you said, they, you got at this point, you got the top builders, right? And on this show, you got the top builders at this point, and the competitions are stiff. It's real tight. But my thing is this, like, let the judges judge. I mean, those judges are experts. Those brick masters are experts, and they know talent when they see talent. They know the things that they like. Let them have a clear mind on the judge. Don't get involved. Don't invoke yourself because you're trying to stick to a stupid storyline. And that's just me. It could have been something else. Forget about this. Forget about Babygate. Could have been something else. Don't I get it. Everything has a storyline. That's why I'm telling y'all folks, reality TV ain't real. It's scripted, dude. Like, it's scripted. You got if I envision a story, you know, I need to stick to that story so that people like me would like that story.
Right.
It's just it's just it really hurt my feelings to know how something like that, to tarnish somebody's image just for an agenda. That really hurt my feelings. That really did, and it kind of made me not want to be a part of this whole thing. Because of it. You know, and play that game. And to me, it's like it means more to me because I'm a police officer, and
Right.
and my integrity is everything. This day and age, there's a lot of good cops and bad cops. There's a lot of good people and bad people. Right?
Yeah.
And for somebody can sit there and watch this show and they kid admire me. Oh, it's a cop, and then all of a sudden, oh, he was cheating. He's a cop. He was cheating.
Right.
Come on, man. That has me furious. It does. It really has me furious. But like you said, America knows what real eyes recognize real lies. You know, and America, they see what's real and what's not.
Right. But just in case if you guys were wondering, now we're letting you know. Feel free to speak up on it
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
we know America is good at that.
Right, yeah, and we're always open for dialogue. We're not shunning nobody. We're not trying to put nobody, shine a light on somebody or anything like that. We're always open for dialogue. You got a gripe to get off your chest. Let's hear it. Um, and we're that type of people. We've been that type of people from day one. So what you see with us is real. You know, and it is what it is, man. So. Yeah.
So regardless of what TV shows you, just know that we love all the contestants like they're our own siblings. So
Yeah, man. No doubt, man. We're planning shows. We're planning shows now to pop up shows to be together like now.
yeah,
And like you know, Bricks Cascade. Me, Boom, Mark, the whole class, Ragsy, Jessica, Amy, everybody that came out, man. We all hung out, man. We all one happy family. Nobody hates nobody on that show. Nobody. And it's funny because like you hear that. Some folks were there live. They saw that Ragsy and Sam together, and they say, "Oh, it's so good to see you two finally, happy together and this and that." Well, they always were. Reality TV just ain't real, folks. The lights, cameras come on, people, intense and stuff like that. And this is what I was saying. We were on a panel at Bricks Cascade, and so I was telling them, I said, and I started off, I said, reality TV isn't real. And so I said, I'm going to say it like this. I said, there's a lot of stuff that you see on camera and you think that, man, is he always like that? He must always be like that. And it's not. I said, the people that are very chummy on camera might be getting into it off camera. You don't
that's
see that
true.
stuff, I said, when me and you, we on camera, we cool as a fan, we on a mission, we're task-oriented people. But, back to camera, stuff like that, if I was messing up, you tell me, hey, look, dude, you need to pick up the pace, you need to do this, you need to do that, or I'll tell you, hey, look, I don't know how to do that, you need to show me this and that. We bump heads because we were trying to figure it out. I mean, it wasn't nothing major, like, but, like, you didn't see that. Mark and
Right.
Boone, like I was saying, Mark and Boone got into it. They they were stressed out and they got into it. But tight as two feathers, man. So, and that's what I was telling people. I said, reality TV ain't real. You don't see everything. I
Yeah.
said, our whole cast is a family, and like, yeah, you got brothers that fight or sisters that fight or whatever, but they make up. And when it all comes together, it's us versus the world, man. It's us versus the world. So,
Yeah.
um, you know, and I think the people that was listening to the panel, they understood what I was saying.
Nice, nice. Wish I could have been out there for that, man. Oh
Oh
man.
man, it was electric, bro. Like we were inside the venue and the crowd was lined up in the halls on the
Ooh.
outside of the venue in the halls, and I mean this was a really big place. This was like where people go to play an NBA basketball game, man. And the people were just lined up, just all the way down the hall. And that's a real big venue, man. It was crazy, man. It's on my Facebook. And I'm running down the line, just hitting people, man. Man, they all there to see Lego Masters, bro. They ain't there to see nothing else. Which I felt bad because it's like, yeah, I made it on this national TV show, but the real talent, the real builders, are the people that display in there, man. And they brought their marks, for display.
That's
That's the
good.
real talent. Those guys that went to Bricks Cascade and set their tables up. That's the real talent. And
Yeah.
that's what that's what that show is about. Is the real talent right there. And it was a lot of good stuff in there, Jermaine. It was a lot of great artists in there, man.
Damn, I gotta make it out there one day, man.
Yeah,
I
bro.
gotta.
You'll love it, dude. You'll love it, man. Waking up, seeing the mountains and all that, man. It was unreal, bro. Unreal.
And for the people watching this that did make it out there to Bricks Cascade, I want to apologize for not being able to make it out there. But I want to also thank you for coming out to see us and showing all that love and support. It means a lot to me, and I wasn't even there. So I just want to thank you guys.
All right. So that's episode 4, which was the movie mashup, and it was Big Cry Baby. Your boy should have took that thing home, but we got slighted due an outside interference. So, so yeah, yeah. Like you said, not to cry about it because the talent is cream of the top of the top. But your boys got slighted on some outside interference stuff. So. But we'll tune in next week. Well, and we'll be talking about episode 5. And episode 5 is what was episode 5?
I think that was the Mega City
The
Challenge.
Mega City Challenge. That's right. That's right. That was that one where they kept coming to the table bothering me. Kept coming to the table bothering me, and I took the bait, bro. I took it. And the next thing you know, my man's tower falling down because I said it would. Because I took the bait. Actually, I wish they would have left me alone.
Oh. But just know that, we're going to keep pushing. And I need you guys to keep rooting for us. So
Yeah, we in it, baby. We in it.
that's
All right,
right.
all right, folks. We will see you next time. This is Iceberg. That's BX, Mel and Jermaine, the East Coast Bricksters.
Peace.
Peace out.